Imagine this. What if I told you that a small, seemingly insignificant symbol, a single number, has the power to unlock hidden doors to abundance and completely transform your financial destiny in June 2025? Sounds too magical to be real, doesn't it? But stay with me, because this isn't about wishful thinking, superstition, or blind luck. This is rooted in ancient wisdom, the kind that's guided kings, sages, and enlightened beings for centuries. We're talking about the deep connection between numerology and astrology, two sacred sciences that interpret the language of the universe. Many of the world's most successful visionaries, entrepreneurs, leaders, and spiritual seekers have long trusted in these cosmic tools to align their actions with higher frequencies. So the question is, why not you? In this video, I'm going to reveal 6 incredibly powerful numbers. These aren't just random digits. Each one is connected to the eternal truths found in Buddhist philosophy and influenced by predictions from legendary seers like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga. These numbers vibrate with cosmic energy, and they are especially potent during the first week of June 2025, a rare and spiritually charged window of opportunity. During this period, Jupiter will be in a position that lightens emotional and financial burdens, while Mercury and Venus shift their paths to invite clarity, connection, and new beginnings. This planetary movement isn't just science, it's energy. And energy, when understood and channeled correctly, becomes power. Now you might be asking yourself, how do I know which number is meant for me? Can I really trust a number to influence my luck, my income, or my future? These are valid questions. But here's the truth. The universe is already speaking to you. Maybe you've seen repeated patterns, like 1111 flashing on a clock, or a specific number popping up in receipts, license plates, or dreams. These are not mere coincidences. These are cosmic nudges, gentle whispers reminding you that you're being guided. By watching this video all the way through, you'll discover how to tune your energy so that these powerful numbers don't just pass you by, they work in your favor, pulling you into a flow of alignment, action, and abundance. And yes, there's more. If you stay until the end, I'll share one rare master number, a vibration so strong it's believed to accelerate intentions and magnetize wealth for those who are truly in sync with their mind, body, and spirit. If you're already sensing that something within you is shifting, don't ignore it. Like this video, subscribe to Old Buddhist Philosophy, and comment below. I am aligned to receive wealth and prosperity in June, because claiming your intention is the first step toward transformation. Now let's begin with a number that carries silent power and subtle transformation. That number is 26. At first glance, it may appear simple, even forgettable. Just another number you've probably seen 100 times on clocks, doorways, price tags, or license plates. But make no mistake, 26 doesn't show up randomly. When it enters your awareness, it's a gentle but clear signal from the universe. You are approaching a powerful turning point. Through the lens of Buddhist wisdom, 26 isn't just a combination of digits. It's a coded message, a sacred nudge to move forward in your journey with intention, but without the weight of pressure. Let's break it down. The number 2 is the energy of connection. It embodies intuition, inner peace, and emotional harmony. It reflects your ability to tune in, to people, to energy, to yourself. It speaks of balance, cooperation, and the kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need validation. Then there's 6, a number of care, responsibility, and grounded living. It represents nurturing, not just of others, but of your own soul. It encourages you to make wise, rooted choices that build your life from the inside out. Together, 2 and 6 merge to form a powerful union. 26 becomes a symbolic bridge from chaos to clarity, from mindless hustle to mindful creation. And that, at its core, is what Buddhist philosophy teaches. Walking the middle path, where ambition meets presence, and where success is measured not just in wealth, but in wisdom and alignment. But what makes 26 even more relevant right now, especially in June 2025, is the cosmic energy swirling in the skies. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and higher understanding, will be clearing away mental fog and emotional blockages. Mercury and Venus, the planets of thought and love, will realign to create harmony and communication in relationships. And amidst all this energetic shift, 26 rises as a beacon, a reminder to slow down, focus, and lead from the heart. Ask yourself, how many times have you chased success out of fear? How often have your goals drained you instead of fulfilling you? 26 whispers a different message. You don't have to exhaust yourself to be worthy. You don't need to hustle to feel successful. Instead of pushing, start flowing. Instead of controlling every step, start trusting the rhythm of life. Because true growth doesn't come from force, it comes from alignment. Renowned seers like Baba Vanga often spoke of numbers like 26 as more than mathematical values. They are frequencies, energetic portals. They open paths where the past becomes wisdom, not weight, where old stories are rewritten with compassion, not shame, and where your sense of purpose begins to feel more like a natural unfolding rather than a desperate search. Here at Buddhism Mindset, we believe in attracting blessings through awareness, not chasing them out of desperation. When you resonate with 26, you're not asking the universe to save you. You're meeting the universe halfway with presence, clarity, and strength. So as June begins, let 26 be more than a number. Let it be your compass. A quiet guide that doesn't promise overnight riches, but offers something far more valuable: lasting, soul-deep transformation. Ask yourself with honesty, are your goals aligned with your spirit, or are they draining it? Is your vision rooted in clarity or chaos? Because when your intentions come from stillness, not fear, when your actions are rooted in alignment, not pressure, you don't just move forward, you rise, and you rise in a way that lasts. Now let's take a deep breath and slow down. Let's turn our attention to a number that doesn't scream for attention, doesn't sparkle on the surface, but hums gently with quiet power. That number is 7. 7 doesn't rush you. It doesn't chase trends or shout its importance. Instead, it invites you inward, into stillness, into silence, into the sacred space within yourself. In a world overflowing with noise, distraction, and constant urgency, 7 is a whisper, a soft reminder to pause, to listen, and to return to the present moment. In Buddhist philosophy and across many ancient spiritual paths, the number 7 symbolizes the inner journey. It is the path of reflection, of mindfulness, of uncovering truth, not in the outside world, but in the still chambers of the heart. Where others run in search of answers, 7 sits quietly and remembers. Everything you're looking for is already within you. To most people, 7 is just a digit, common, even forgettable. But to the conscious observer, it carries a frequency that feels grounded, wise, and deeply introspective. It doesn't offer surface-level motivation or shortcuts. Instead, it asks the kind of questions that shift your life from the inside out. When was the last time you truly listened? Not to the world, but to yourself? Have you been hearing your breath, your intuition, your soul? Buddhist teachings often remind us that suffering doesn't always come from life's pain. It comes from a restless, unfocused mind. 7 is the balm for that restlessness. It calls you to step away from the noise and return to your center. It encourages practices like solitude, deep meditation, honest reflection, and quiet spiritual study. It doesn't fix your problems. It helps you see them with new eyes. And this message couldn't come at a better time. In early June 2025, while nature outside is bursting with life, you are being called to bloom from within. The energy of the cosmos will be dynamic, but your power will come not from movement, but from stillness, not from action, but from awareness. 7 becomes your sanctuary. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to keep up, perform, or pretend. Instead, let 7 be your permission to pause, to detach from expectations, and to return to what truly matters. Ask yourself, what truth have I been avoiding in the rush of life? What quiet inner wisdom have I silenced because I've been too busy? Which part of my soul is softly asking for attention, healing, or rest? 7 won't force its way into your life. It waits, patiently, lovingly, until you finally turn inward and hear it, because that's where your real power lives. not in doing more, but in being more present. Let 7 be your guide, not just to external success, but to inner peace, fulfillment, and wholeness. Let it remind you that you are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply being invited to reconnect with yourself, with your breath, with your truth. If this message resonated with you, if it touched something within, please consider supporting this channel with a small offering. Your contribution helps us share this healing energy with others who, like you, are searching for depth, meaning, and purpose on their spiritual path. Now gently shift your awareness toward a number that doesn't demand the spotlight, yet radiates quiet brilliance. A number that stands tall without noise, humble yet powerful. That number is 11. At first glance, it's simple, just two straight lines standing side by side. But beneath that simplicity lies an immense energetic frequency, one that can subtly yet profoundly shift how you see yourself, your purpose, and your place in the universe. 11 is like early morning light, soft, unhurried, and deeply awakening. It doesn't rush in like a storm. It arrives like a whisper, a gentle nudge that stirs something deep in your spirit. In many spiritual traditions, including Buddhist teachings, numbers are not just symbols. They're carriers of energy, messengers from the unseen realms. And 11 is a messenger of awakening. It doesn't offer instant answers. It doesn't promise quick solutions. Instead, it invites you to pause, to breathe, and to become curious, to wonder instead of assume, to feel instead of fix, to observe instead of control. 11 is a bridge, a sacred space where mind meets heart, where logic meets spirit, where light gently holds the hand of shadow. It's not about choosing one over the other. It's about creating harmony between them. Energetically, 11 resonates with the frequency of Uranus, the planet of awakening, truth, and transformation. Uranus doesn't gently pat you on the back. It shakes your foundations, not to break you, but to free you. And around this powerful, energetic window of June 2025, you may feel that subtle tremor within, a sense that something needs to change, that something within you is ready to rise, that you can no longer ignore what you've long suppressed. But don't be afraid. This isn't disturbance. It's a calling, and 11 is your signal. So how do you work with this number? You don't need complicated rituals or mystical tools. You only need presence, intention, willingness. Take just a few quiet moments each day, preferably during the early morning hours when the world is still soft and silent. Sit, breathe, listen, not to the chaos of the outer world, but to the still, wise voice within. Write down whatever flows, not to analyze it, but to release it. If you find yourself seeing 11 often, on clocks, license plates, receipts, timestamps, know this: the universe is trying to reach you, not with commands, but with quiet reminders. You are more than your worries. You are more than your habits. You are already whole. 11 doesn't try to add something new to you. It reflects what has always been there: your intuition, your clarity, your purpose, your power. This is not the beginning of your journey, nor the end. It is a point of deep reconnection, a returning to your center, a remembering of who you are beneath all the noise. When you truly embrace the energy of 11, you stop chasing answers. Instead, you start living the questions. And from that place, transformation flows not from effort, but from truth. Let 11 be your sacred mirror. Let it guide you back home, to the deepest parts of yourself. Because when you stand in your truth, even silently, the whole universe moves with you. Now turn gently to a number that doesn't seek attention, but holds the power to shape your destiny in quiet, lasting ways. That number is 6. 6 doesn't shine like a spotlight. It doesn't roar for recognition. Instead, it works in silence, behind the scenes, beneath the surface, building something solid, steady, and deeply meaningful. In a world that glorifies speed, fame, and flashy results, 6 is your sacred pause. It calls you back to what is real, what lasts, what matters. In today's fast-scrolling culture, we are bombarded by stories of instant success, overnight transformations, and surface-level wins. But how many of those stories endure? How many bring real peace? 6 isn't for the spotlight, it's for the soul. It's the number of the quiet builder, the parent who gives love without ever being praised, the friend who checks in just when you need it most, the dreamer who continues to build their vision even when no one is watching. That's the energy of 6, devoted, humble, powerful. In Buddhist philosophy, 6 is considered sacred because it aligns with the concept of right effort, one of the core teachings in the Noble Eightfold Path. Right effort isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about consistent, mindful energy, the kind of energy that's soft yet strong, gentle yet determined. 6 teaches that real change doesn't come from explosive motivation. It grows slowly through daily choices, quiet discipline, patient focus, and deep inner commitment. Cosmically, the number 6 resonates with the energy of Saturn, the great teacher, the planet of structure, boundaries, and long-term rewards. Saturn doesn't offer shortcuts. It asks you to earn your growth. But what Saturn gives you lasts: respect, wisdom, inner peace, and stability. If you've been feeling scattered, doubting yourself, or pulled in too many directions, the energy of 6 is your anchor. It says, come back to your center. Start where you are, one step at a time. In Buddhist cosmology, there are 6 realms of existence, 6 different states of consciousness that reflect the cycles of human emotion and karma. Whether one lives in despair or joy, anger or peace, it is not fate, but mindset and intention that shape that reality. 6 reminds us, outer success is built on inner balance. Wealth isn't just about luck. It is created through spiritual grounding, emotional maturity, and steady devotion to your vision. Maybe you've just started a new project. Maybe you're healing a relationship. Maybe you're simply trying to feel whole again. Whatever your journey is, if you tend to it daily, with love and quiet care, it will grow. Even if you don't see the results right away, trust that something is forming beneath the surface. 6 is the gardener's number, and gardens bloom for those who keep showing up. As June unfolds, let 6 be your quiet strength. Build your foundation, protect your peace, keep the promises you've made to yourself. Nurture your vision, even when progress feels invisible, because every quiet effort is energy in motion, and all motion, when aligned with purpose, becomes transformation. If this message touched something in you, if it reminded you of your deeper purpose, consider supporting this channel. Your contribution helps us reach more souls who, like you, are ready to grow something real, lasting, and rooted in light. Now allow yourself to reflect on a number that doesn't often stand out, but for those attuned to their inner world, it carries deep meaning. That number is 37. To the unaware, it's just another 2-digit figure. But to those walking a conscious path, 37 is a signpost, a quiet marker on the road of transformation. It signals that you are standing in the sacred in-between. You are no longer who you once were, yet not quite the person you're becoming. This space, though often filled with restlessness and uncertainty, is not a void. It is a womb of becoming. Sometimes this stage feels like something inside you is shifting, even if you can't explain why. You go about your day as usual. You speak, smile, work, connect. But beneath the surface, something feels off. Not wrong, just out of alignment, like wearing clothes that no longer fit your spirit, like placing a puzzle piece in the wrong picture. This isn't a weakness. It's not a sign of failure. It's a spiritual awakening in progress. In Buddhist wisdom, transformation rarely arrives as lightning or fanfare. It comes quietly, through discomfort, stillness, dissatisfaction. That discomfort you feel? It's not your flaw. It's your higher self tapping on your heart, asking, is this the life your soul longs to live, or just the one you've settled into? 37 is your spiritual checkpoint, a mirror that reflects a deeper truth. Are you living out expectations, or your own sacred evolution? Your outer world may appear calm, even successful, but inside the questions are growing louder. Is this enough? Is this joy? Is this truly me? At Buddhism Mindset, we often say, safety is not peace. Familiarity is not purpose. And 37 is your invitation to step beyond both. This number arrives not to shake you, but to wake you, to remind you that you weren't born to stay small just because it's comfortable. You grow the moment you stop pretending that fine is good enough. You evolve when you choose truth over convenience. As June 2025 begins, 37 may appear not as a thunderclap, but as a flicker inside, a restless feeling you can't ignore, an emotion that rises for no clear reason, a sense that you are meant for more, even if you can't yet name what more looks like. This isn't coincidence. It's energy shifting, your soul calling you forward. So stop. Pause for just a moment. Ask yourself with radical honesty, what part of my life have I outgrown in silence? What have I been tolerating instead of transforming? You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to figure it all out today. You just need to name your truth. Speak it, write it, feel it. Because that single moment of clarity, that is your beginning. That is your liberation. 37 doesn't promise luck or illusions. It offers something stronger, the courage to honor what your soul already knows. In Buddhist teaching, this is called surrender, not giving up, but giving in to what's real. It means trusting the timing, taking the next right step, even when the full path is hidden in mist. If this message stirred something in you, if it mirrored a quiet truth you've been carrying, then maybe this number didn't just find you. Maybe you've been calling it silently through your longing to grow. But the journey doesn't end here. There's one more number, a quiet bonus, yet profoundly significant. It doesn't arrive with noise or drama, but its presence is unmistakable for those ready to receive it. That number is 31. To many, it's just two digits on a calendar. To those walking the path of intention and awareness, 31 is more than a date. It's a doorway, a rare frequency that blends abundance with peace and ambition with soul-deep fulfillment. Unlike numbers that shout for attention, 31 moves like a whisper in the wind, gentle but unshakable. It doesn't promise quick riches or instant answers. Instead, it offers a deeper kind of wealth, the kind that arises when your spirit is aligned. Your creativity is flowing, and your actions are guided by truth, not pressure. Let's break it down. The number 3 is the essence of creation. It holds the energy of imagination, joy, expression, laughter, and emotional intelligence. It asks, what wants to come through you? The number 1 is the spark, the beginning, the energy of movement, self-leadership, and courage. It says, you don't need permission to begin. Start where you are. Together, 31 forms a powerful message. Create from the heart, act from the soul, express, then trust. Not everything must be perfect. Not every detail must be clear. Just move with meaning. In Buddhist teachings, this speaks directly to the concept of right intention. Motion alone doesn't bring peace, but mindful, aligned action becomes a spiritual offering. When we move in harmony with our inner truth, we're no longer just chasing, we are becoming. So why is 31 powerful now, especially in early June 2025? Because during this time, Mercury and Venus shift direction, helping dissolve old mental patterns and emotional confusion. Jupiter, the great expander, clears internal clutter and reveals new clarity. In this atmosphere, 31 becomes your personal North Star, gently encouraging you to release outdated versions of yourself and take action that feels aligned, not obligated. Maybe you've held on to an identity, a role, or a belief that no longer fits. Maybe you've been waiting for signs, for timing, for someone else to go first. 31 is your nudge. It reminds you you don't need all the answers. You just need to listen, create, and begin. You don't need to become someone new. You need to return to who you've always been before fear took over. Let 31 remind you that abundance isn't a chase, it's a rhythm. And peace doesn't come from stillness alone. It comes from movement that honors your heart. So as you walk through June, don't just dream. Speak, move, share, create, begin. And if doubt rises, meet it with this quiet mantra: I trust the rhythm of my becoming. This number may not appear every day, But when it does, know that it is not random. It's the universe saying, you're ready. The path is shifting because you are. In the end, these numbers, 26, 7, 11, 6, 37, and the bonus 31, are not random digits. They are gentle nudges from the universe, ancient energetic guides carrying wisdom beyond logic. They're like cosmic whispers calling you to pause, reflect, and move forward. Not with force, but with deep awareness and quiet confidence. Each number carries its own vibration. 26 urges you to build with clarity and compassion. 7 brings you back to stillness and inner knowing. 11 awakens your spiritual insight and balance. 6 anchors you in discipline and devotion. 37 challenges you to outgrow your comfort and step into alignment. And 31 inspires you to create, express, and begin now. Together, they form a blueprint for transformation, not one rooted in fantasy, but in timeless truth. Because June 2025 isn't just another month, it's a rare energetic opening where the cosmic movements of Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus align to support intentional change. This is your invitation to step forward with grace. But remember, real growth doesn't come from chasing luck, forcing outcomes, or waiting for guarantees. It comes from quiet, consistent alignment, from honoring the nudges, from trusting that even the smallest step, taken with mindfulness, reshapes your entire path. When your thoughts are clear, your heart is open, and your energy is aligned, life begins to respond. Opportunities unfold, ideas flow, peace grows, and wealth, not just material, but spiritual and emotional, begins to root itself deeply within you. So stay open, stay present, listen for the signs, and act with intention. Let these numbers guide you, not control you. You are not here to chase, you're here to align. And the universe, it's already moving toward you. All it needs is your yes. Your journey toward lasting prosperity, inner clarity, and soulful fulfillment begins now.